Welcome back to Don V Fridays, man. I'm back on my bullshit, man. It is officially Don V season, goddammit. Y'all know how I get down in the summertime, man. Like, the content shall overflow. It should overflow. We should overflow with content from here until the season starts. And then when the season starts, there's plenty of content. So, with all that being said, welcome back to Don V Fridays. If this is your first time rocking with Don V Fridays, this is something I like to do for my, I don't want to say day ones, because if you new, you're obviously not a day one. But this is for more of the people that fucks with who I am off of Twitter or whatever like that. If you don't follow me on Twitter, follow me on Twitter at VTZ from VA. I do a lot of stuff on Twitter, mostly cracking jokes and shit, but I do a lot of sports shit up there too. Like I said, it's something I like to do off of my Twitter. You know, for those who want, I guess this is like the best of both worlds, because it's people from Twitter that want to hear like my sports opinions outside of 140 characters, and then there's people from YouTube that's probably unaware that I tweet. So, y'all can just like meet up and like fight each other on some Gangs in New York shit. I don't know, but for those who might be new, there's I normally do this on a two topic or two sides of the show type of setup, where half of the show or the meat of the show, most of the show, will be normally a sports topic that I choose, or a sports conversation that's going on, or a sports discussion that's going on. I'll normally do that. And then the second half of the show will be, me talking about anything from pop culture to the weather outside, the goddamn, I don't know, whatever's going on, whatever I feel like talking about. It is more of a up in the air discussion. This is a football-based show. Like, the football is the steak, but you need mashed potatoes and corn and shit, too. You can't just live on steak alone, my boy. So, that's enough rambling for me. We're going to go into this. We're going to get into it. Today's main topic is going to be an early discussion of the 2017-2018 college football season. And, we're going to get into it, man. Early Heisman favorites, early conference winners, early playoff predictions, all of that. We're going to get into that. And then we're going to talk about one Robert Kardashian and one Black China and their little saga. It's a fucking mess over there, man. But lock it up, man. Grab your snacks, grab your popcorn, grab your drinks, and sit your ass down and let's start the show.
Future Hendrix. Yeah. It ain't a secret. Straight up. I'm the one that got the present flooded. You emotional than anybody. You the type to get your man indicted. I'm the type to pull up in a spider. I'm the type of job a hunter, put a hunter around, clip inside a dirty rifle. It's dirty when he got a Humvee on it. Fuck that nigga, put a bounty on it. I'm the one that put the dirty in the cup. Had you sipping out and off, nigga. You was getting front and running off, nigga. I made myself to a boss, nigga. Put 100 carats in the cross, nigga. Spent 200,000 on the cross, nigga. Can't never sleep cause of the cost, niggas. They can never see my palms sweating. You didn't never see the hunger in me. I'm so sick and tired of being humble, nigga. This money put a lot of demons in me. Went and tatted all these angels on me. For that nigga, put a tracker on me. Then we throw a paid rally on me. These comments coming in, these haters coming in. The karma coming back from when I was getting it in. Baby mama tryna sue again. Buy my little wins, Christian Louboutins. Get my nigga commissary in the pen. Got the federal rallies on the nigga chin. For the bins, I'ma whip the spur. They fuck my spur and bought my bitch a ghost. I'm full of syrup and I'm seeing ghosts. I'm pushing hair like the end, no. You know we got that boy like New Orleans, you hear me?
We are weeks away. We are weeks away from college football kicking off, man. I ain't gonna lie, like excited is a fucking understatement, man. I'm charged up. I am fucking hype. I cannot wait. It's been a long off season. It's almost time, man. It's almost time, man. Look, man, college football was one of God's gifts that He gave to humans. You know, He gave us Jesus to repent for our sins, and He could have just left it at that, my boy. He could have just said, you know what, y'all fucked up. Adam, you fucked up. You ate off the tree. You and Eve, you ate off the tree. You know what? Fuck y'all. But He said, nah, that ain't right. So this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna give y'all Jesus. And Jesus did what He had to do, man. Jesus did what He had to do for us. And then and then God said, you know what, man? Y'all been such good sports about it. I'm gonna give y'all college football. Now, man, like I said, man, that was one of the greatest gifts He gave us. When it comes down to the big Power Five, the Power Five, the five conferences, the five conferences that the big dogs, the ACC, the SEC, the Big 10, the Big 12, and the Pac-12. Those are the big dogs. Those are pretty much like if you're in the Power 5 conference, you know, whether, you know, you can call it fair or unfair, whatever the case may be, you pretty much, as of right now, because everybody's 0-0, you can dream about a playoff spot. Even if you're fucking Purdue or Kansas or Wake Forest, like everybody can have playoff dreams right now if you're in the Power 5 conference. That's the privilege you're afforded as a fan of a Power 5 school. You can dream about a playoff spot. Now, is it realistic? For a lot of us, hell no. It's only realistic for maybe 25. About 25 to 30. 25 to 30 can have a realistic playoff dream. You know. But, you know, hey, fuck it. Everybody's 0-0 right now. Well, shit, we don't know who's gonna make the playoff. So I say all that to say these are predictions, people. They just predictions. I'm not on the inside. I'm not, you know, I'm not on the inside. I don't have any, you know, information that you don't have. I'm just a motherfucker with a smartphone. Like, I don't have any more information that I don't have any more access to information that you can't get or you can't Google or nothing like that. So please, this shit is just predictions. Don't come for my neck when I'm wrong in a couple of months. Please don't come for my neck. These just predictions, man. I don't want no trouble, man. My ACC winner, because we're going to jump right into this whole shit. My ACC winner is the Florida State Seminoles. As of right now, Florida State is the best. First of all, last year's ACC was stocked full of quarterbacks. Everybody had a quarterback. This is the year in the ACC of, is any of these quarterbacks good? But I do know which quarterbacks are good in the ACC as far as quarterbacks. Lamar Jackson, DeAndre Francois. And I don't think I'm going against the grain or nothing here, but I think everybody's predicting Florida State to win the ACC. Clemson lost a fuckload of talent. Even more so than like previous years. They always lose talent. Everybody loses talent, but when you lose one of the greats, you know, of our era, it's hard to just replace one of the greats, you know. It's hard to replace one of those generational, you know, all decade type of guys. And it's gonna be hard for Clemson to do that in year one, away from Deshaun Watson. And as far as Louisville is concerned, Louisville's getting love, but we look at Louisville as the Lamar Jackson show. And is the Lamar Jackson show enough to win an ACC title? No, it's not. I mean, last year was Lamar Jackson's coming out party, and Louisville still didn't win the conference. That's not to say Lamar Jackson isn't good or Lamar, he's one man. It's only so much one man can do. And yeah, Louisville does have a nice crop of receivers, and there's players at Louisville, but Louisville, the team, doesn't stack up to Florida State, the team. Now, I know some of y'all might fucking remind me of the fact that Louisville beat the fucking shit out of Florida State last year. That was last year. That was last year. You can't just say Louisville is going to win more games than Florida State because because last year they played head to head and Louisville won convincingly. Florida State, as far as returning talent, Florida State is the better team with a good, possibly could make a leap to great quarterback. I like Francois, man. I like Francois a lot. He catches a lot of hell on Twitter for having a lips tattoo on his neck and a nose ring. First, as a person with a neck tattoo and a nose ring, I can't sit back and judge anybody for having a neck tattoo and a nose ring because I got the same kind of setup. But Youngin can play, man. Like, if you don't think DeAndre Francois can play, you just a hater, a Florida fan, or who else Florida State don't like? You a Miami fan or a Clemson fan? Like you're a rival. Like, there's no way you can look at this youngin with an unbiased opinion and think he's a bum. Like, this youngin can play. Now, he took a beating back there. He got fucked up back there, man. He got his ass kicked back there, but he got the heart of a champion. He got the heart of a lion, and he made some huge plays, big plays, in the face of getting his ass whooped all last year. And hopefully he and Jimbo and their offensive line, they worked out all the kinks. Basically, I hope maybe they worked out all the kinks and he won't take as much of a beating this year as he did last year. Maybe they got some audibles and some protections and shit set up where he don't get abused like he did last year, because he got his ass kicked last year. But that's, as of right now, I got Florida State winning the Atlantic Coast Conference. On to the SEC. The SEC is Bama's world until further notice. Until somebody proves that they can hang with Alabama, I'm not gonna pick anybody above Alabama to win the Southeastern Conference. There's no way in hell. Florida adding Malik Zaire from Notre Dame, that could be something. That could be something. The reaction I got to that on Twitter was mostly, Malik Zaire is like dumpster juice, and I'm like, you gotta get Youngin a chance though. Let's not forget, Malik Zaire at Notre Dame, he got hurt 2 seasons ago, and Deshaun Kaiser just took the job and just never looked back. But people kept saying like he lost his job to Deshaun Kaiser, as in like Malik Zaire stunk it up and they needed to make a change. I clearly, vividly remember when Notre Dame played UVA and Malik Zaire got hurt, there was an overwhelming voice on Twitter saying like Notre Dame's season is over because Malik Zaire was hurt. Except Deshaun Kaiser came in, he played very well. And he, like I said, he never looked back. And then last year they had a competition. Malik Zaire and Deshaun Kaiser, they had a competition in camp that went all the way to week 1. Once again, it's not like Malik Zaire just was some bum that was like, oh my God, take the job from him. It went all the way to week 1. They both played against Texas. They both played. Now, Malik Zaire didn't look... Matter of fact, I don't even want to say Malik Zaire looked bad. He just wasn't as good as Deshaun Kaiser that night. Deshaun Kaiser, he put on the show that night against Texas in a losing effort. Notre Dame lost the game, but Deshaun Kaiser lit Texas up. And... I mean, does that make Malik Zaire like awful? No, it doesn't. He was a young man. He got hurt. He competed. He competed for the job. The competition went all the way until fall. Until fall. It wasn't like he never got his job back or he never got to compete. It's not like he lost his job because he was incapable. He just... Shout out to Deshaun Kaiser. He got an opportunity and ran with it. So Malik Zaire to Florida might be a thing as far as challenging Alabama in the SEC championship game. But I mean, I don't know if that's enough though. I mean, Bama's fucking loaded like always, and Jalen Hurts only could improve. Jalen Hurts could only improve. And when you got fucking Big Bo Scarborough, I mean, it's Bama. Bama's receivers, they already got Ridley and this young and Jerry Jeudy. Like, Bama's winning the conference. I don't need think it's anything else to talk about. Big Ten is Ohio State world until somebody proves otherwise. I know Penn State is coming on strong. I know Penn State got Saquon Barkley and Trace McSorley, but Ohio State, I'm gonna roll with Ohio State. You know, if Penn State proves me wrong, so be it. I think Michigan is gonna take a step back this year. I don't think they're gonna take a step back as far as winning like 6 games, but I think Michigan is going to win like 8 games this year. I don't think Michigan in the big picture is going to be a factor in the Big Ten. I think they're going to be competitive. I think they're going to win some games, but I don't think this year's Michigan is going to be like last year's Michigan, because Michigan lost a shitload. But yeah, as of right now, I have Ohio State winning the Big Ten. The Big 12. It's crazy about the Big 12 because I normally just write Oklahoma in, but then Bob Stoops retired. Check out the Bob Stoops episode right after this one. I did a Bob Stoops episode, but I still believe Oklahoma has enough to win the Big 12. They got the best quarterback in the Big 12. I know Mason Rudolph in Oklahoma State. I'm aware. But Oklahoma, Baker Mayfield, if he can get his legal shit, in order, he's still the best quarterback in that conference. Maybe even the best player in that conference. The Big 12 isn't what it used to be. The Big 12 is borderline a Group of 5 conference. They definitely got to get some big time schools back into the Big 12, because it's you know, when your conference loses credibility and the conference loses credibility and Texas is down and things like that, you know, your national perception, even if you have a good team like Oklahoma, your national perception takes a hit. So but I do have Oklahoma winning the Big 12 as of now. Pac-12. Now, this one is one I struggle with. This one, like, I think the other conferences, they kind of came to me easily, but the Pac-12 is the one. USC is getting a lot of hype. Sam Darnold's getting a lot of hype, a ton of hype, and I'm leaning towards agreeing with USC only because I think Washington is going to fall off just a touch. Just a touch. And much respect to Chris Peterson. Much respect. Great coach. Great coach. I just think as of now, I just think Sam Darnold, like, I think some of the hype is a little bit too much. Like, I think a lot of it is, I think some of it is just, we want USC to be back so fucking bad that it's all aboard the Darnold hype train. I believe that. You know, you can disagree. It's your opinion. But Sam Darnold is really goddamn good, though. Sam Darnold is real. The boy can play. And is he the best in that conference? Josh Rosen has something to say about that. But I still believe USC is better than UCLA as of right now. So I'm leaning USC for Pac-12 for who's best in the West. And if I had to give an early playoff prediction, it would be Alabama 1, it would be Ohio State 2, USC 3, Florida State 4. Yes, I'm aware Alabama plays Florida State week 1. But I don't think that game is going to matter in the big picture, because I think that game is going to be very competitive and very close. And when it comes down to is if the loser of that game, all they have to do is not get their ass kicked, and their season's not over. They're not. The playoff committee is not going to penalize Alabama and Florida State for playing each other on the neutral site. They're not going to penalize them too much. Like, the loser of that, all the loser of that game has to do is not get their ass kicked. So you can flip flop 1 and 4, Alabama and Florida State. You can flip it. If you think Alabama's going to win, Alabama number 1. If you think Florida State is going to win, Florida State number 1, and Alabama number 4, or Florida State number 4, however you see it. Like I said, the game is way too early in the season, and the loser of that game, all they have to do is pick up the pieces, turn around, and win the rest of their conference. And in both teams' cases, Florida State and Bama, they're equipped to turn around from a loss in that game, week 1, and run the table. They're both equipped to do that. So, I mean, outside of any freak injuries or something happening. So, those are my predictions. As far as team successes and things like that, we're going to talk about the Heisman a little bit, because, like I said, the Heisman is impossible to predict. The Heisman is impossible to predict. I'm not even going to sit up here and act like, oh my God, you know, I know who's going to, like, if you said Lamar Jackson was going to win the Heisman last summer, you're a fucking liar. You didn't say that shit. But Lamar Jackson should be, he should perform well enough to at least get invited back to New York. I think Sam Darnold is definitely going to get invited to New York, because the hype has been insane. Derwin James out of Florida State is the best defender in the land. The man can do some of everything. The man can do some of everything. He is outstanding. Deshaun Taylor comparisons, but the man is outstanding. The man is, I mean, shit. Before you know it, Derwin James will be in the NFL, and we'll be comparing some young safety to Derwin James, and we'll think that's blasphemy. So, you know how it goes. But I think Derwin James is going to get invited to New York as a defensive player, because Derwin James is everything. Derwin James is everything the media wanted Jabril Peppers to be. Now, Derwin James don't play offense to the best of my knowledge, but as far as being every fucking where, doing every fucking thing, Derwin James does it. And if he can stay healthy, you know, prayers. I hope he's healthy and doesn't have injuries like he did last year. But if Derwin James is healthy, look the fuck out. Man's gonna have like 200 tackles. Man, that boy is everywhere. That boy nasty. And I think Saquon Barkley might even get that invite. Saquon Barkley might get that invite to NY because, you know, as far as Saquon Barkley reminds me of a David Wilson for Virginia Tech, where he's shifty, he has the speed, but I think his biggest attribute is his balance. He's always like, you think you got him, and he's always, he just pops out of holes and big play. Saquon Barkley is nasty. I think Saquon Barkley might get that, he might get that invite to New York for the ceremony. And then there's all types of, you know, under the radar people we're not talking about. You got Kyle Allen from Houston, at Houston. You got all types of guys. You know, Bo Scarborough. I think I mentioned his name earlier. You got, let me see, wideouts. No wideouts are coming to me for some odd reason. You got Darius Geis out of LSU, running back. You got lots of guys as far as on the dark horse tip, but I think Lamar Jackson, Sam Darnold, Saquon Barkley, Derwin James, I think those are going to be the guys invited to participate in the Heisman ceremony. Now, who's going to win a trophy? I don't fucking know, you know, because I guarantee right now that real Heisman Trophy winner, we don't even know. We don't know. He's sitting on somebody's bench. He's a second string quarterback, and he's going to get to start week 1 on some injury shit, and he's going to run off and take the world by surprise, man. You just never know. You just never know. But that's it, man. Y'all leave me y'all comments. Tweet me if I'm wrong, if I'm retarded, tell me I'm an idiot, whatever, it's all good. All feedback is welcome. Positive, negative, trolling. You can say whatever you want to me. Like, all opinions are open. This is an open forum. I believe in your right to say what you want to me on the internet. I agree with that. I agree with you. It's your right to do that. And I will never block, ban, whatever. I won't ban trolls or anybody. If you think I'm an idiot, if you think, I'm dead wrong, you can tell me. It's fine. It's fine. Expect whatever you tell me. I mean, whatever energy you give me, I'm going to give it right back, though. Expect that. But we're going to leave it at that, and I'm going to come right back at y'all with topic number 2. Rob Kardashian. Now, if you've been living under a rock the last, depends on when you listen to it, 1 to 2 days, his baby mama, Black China, apparently is out here in these streets. Now, the thing that irritates me is Shawty girl was clearly with Rob Kardashian out of spite to get, to fuck with Tiger. He was clearly the rebound cat. Now, we've all been there. We've all been there. Ladies, if you're listening, you probably been the rebound too. We all been there. Now, when you're on the rebound, what you can't do is you can't get attached. You got to know what the situation is. You're a rebound. Hey, finesse the bonds, keep it moving. Mr. Kardashian didn't do that. He ended up impregnating Black China. They have a daughter together. And like I said, Black China was out here in these streets. Out here letting niggas, skid on Versace robes and all that shit. She's, Rob out here paying for $100,000 surgeries and, $16,000 a month in rent and all that. And she's violating by letting cats, finesse the buns in the crib, all types of wild and crazy shit. I'm on Black China's side, though. I'm on Black China's side. You know why I'm on Black China's side? You know why I'm not on Rob Kardashian's side? For him leaking her nudes on Instagram and Twitter. For him exposing all these videos and all that. You know why I'm on Black China's side? I'm on Black China's side because Black China she hasn't shown anything. She hasn't shown any new qualities. There's nothing new about what she's doing. If this was, I don't know, like Taylor Swift, if Rob Kardashian had Taylor Swift and then Taylor Swift out the blue started fucking dudes and being all messy and shit, then I would feel for Rob Kardashian. I was like, damn, shawty girl messing with other cats and doing drugs and all that, got dudes all up in the crib. I would be like, damn, what the fuck is wrong with Tay-Tay? But what the fuck is Blac Chyna doing? What new behavior? Like, what's new? See, you can't trust hoes, but you can always trust hoes to be hoes. So, what the fuck is Blac Chyna doing that I'm supposed to be shocked about? When all this hit the timeline yesterday, I'm sitting back like, okay, what the fuck new is going on that I need to be made aware of? Because when you out here and you wife up one of the elite bitches, we all know who these bitches. It's the same bitches, man. It's the same bitches. It's Chyna, Amber Rose, Karrueche, Rihanna. And I hate to put Rihanna in the same category as these chicks because Rihanna has talent and her own money and her own all that. But I'm just saying these are like the top chicks that all these people lust over and pass around. Rihanna too. But when they get into these relationships with these girls, and then when things start to go left, dudes try to paint themselves as the victim. And I'm like, what did you see? What are you surprised by? I guess this is what I want to say. What is surprising you? I don't see what Blac Chyna did that's so wrong. She ain't did shit new. Was she not doing all this shit? Because anytime, this is my theory. This is what I believe. And this is what I live. If you meet a girl and she's on the rebound, she's breaking up with somebody or about to leave somebody. If she's talking bad about this person, oh, he won't shit. He was a bitch ass nigga. He was a this, he was a that. He was a fuck ass, bitch ass. All that. If she'll talk about all that to you, she will talk all that same shit about you when it's your turn. Rob, my boy, it's your turn, my boy. It's your turn. What the fuck is, like I said, what is Chyna doing? What did she do that's new? Everybody saw it but you, my boy. Everybody saw it but you. How could you have been so blind? Man, I will leave y'all on this note, man. If you're on the rebound, take care of yourself, man. Because the person that's coming out of the relationship, they're vulnerable. So they might end up jumping, myself included. I've done it. I've been on the rebound and jumped right into another relationship because, well, the girl didn't fucking cut my tires. She showed kindness to me. I think I want to do it again. Nah, man, protect yourself, man. These people on the rebound are vulnerable and they're not really themselves. A lot of people need some time to get themselves together, get their mind right before they can start back dating again. And, I think Rob, Chyna got the itch to be back in these streets, man. Them community bonds, my boy. You got to give them back to the community. But that's it, man. I will be back at y'all next week with a whole new episode of Don V Fridays. We are back. This is we're not cutting and running. We're not doing every other week. I'm gonna try to come at y'all every single week, at least until football season kicks off. And stay safe, man. Stay blessed. Enjoy the summertime, man. Enjoy that summertime flourish. Spend time with family if you can. Family is key, man. Love your family. Call your family. Talk to your family, man. I know sometimes family can get on your nerves, but enjoy the time with your family while they're here. Enjoy the time with your friends while they're here, man. Y'all stay safe though. God bless.